Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to another CUNYAC Fall Feature. With fall sports canceled due to the COVID-19 pandemic, we here at CUNYAC are spotlighting student athletes once a week during the fall semester, highlighting their accomplishments, talking about their experience at the collegiate level, and what they've been up to over the past few months during quarantine. I'm your host, Eldridge Chavez, and you can catch the CUNYAC Fall Feature every Friday here on our website, cunyathletics.com, and on our YouTube channel, CUNY Athletics Conference, as well as on our social media feeds by searching CUNY Athletics. If you missed our last feature on Baruch Bearcat Regina Kelly, go give it a watch. We spoke about her freshman campaign in tennis, her desire to play volleyball for Baruch, and her experience overcoming challenges living with someone who was COVID positive. Now, sitting with me today is a senior from Brooklyn College, majoring in physical education. She is the recipient of the CUNYAC Women's Soccer Sportsmanship Team, a Scholar Athlete Award winner for Brooklyn, achieving Dean's List honors for both the fall and spring semester in 2019. Please welcome today the Brooklyn Bulldog, Noemi Vazquez. Naomi, thank you so much for being here today. How are you?
Hi, doing great. Thank God.
Thank you.
With COVID going on right
For
now,
sure.
it's like crazy time. So all we can ask is to be healthy.
Yes, exactly. Hopefully you and your family are safe and keeping safe during this crazy 2020 year that we are in. But
Yeah.
hopefully, 2021 is just around the corner, and hopefully things will be on the other side, and especially now with the new leadership that we're going to be under.
Yeah. No, for sure. For sure.
All right, Naomi. So I don't want to take too much of your time, so we could just jump straight into the questions. Just first one, really simple. What made you decide to attend Brooklyn College?
So I actually started off my freshman year in St. Francis College.
Mhm.
I was hoping to play soccer originally, but they didn't have a soccer team. So I started a club. It was more like intramural, recreational. And I mean, I didn't have enough female participants. So that's like big in the soccer world. Like we don't usually,
Yeah.
I mean, I thought and I tried and I tried and I tried, but it just didn't happen like that. So once that happened, I was looking into schools to see if they had a soccer team, and um, Brooklyn College was like really close to me. And
Okay.
I also like decided like, well, if they have a women's soccer team, I want to start. I wasn't thinking D2, D1, I was
Yeah.
thinking D3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, great. So you say you try to start at Francis a club, you said. So how is that process like? Is it like a long process to kind of get together, or it's kind of like, hey, here's the application to start this club and see what happens?
Yeah, no, so the whole point of, I mean, I went to like the athletics department, I went to like all the resources that I could really, and I wanted to find out what I could do to make a team happen. So they said that usually takes about a couple of months with having just the intramural
Yeah.
sport first and seeing how many people I have, then we can start the team.
Okay.
So I ended up like going around like, hey, would you be interested in playing soccer? Hey, you're a girl. Would you happen to by any chance like want to join a team? We don't have a soccer team.
So
And
you
I
have to
did
recruit
have
at
a
the same
couple of
time.
girls at the beginning, but it just ended up turning into like a boys thing. So like a lot of guys were like, hey, I know you have a intramural soccer thing going on. Can I join? And I didn't want to say no to anybody.
Yeah.
So I ended up just saying like, yeah, sure, come out. And then when the girls started seeing that it was like more guys, and it was in high demand, it kind of overturned on me.
Okay. Oh, but you started something,
But I started something,
yeah,
exactly. And
exactly. And that's
now
something to
they
be
have a
proud of.
soccer
Yeah.
team too. So it's like, oh wait, I left. Now you have a team,
That's crazy. I mean, that's great. That's probably you probably set the starting point for that. So that's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
I did.
take
Yeah,
some credit for that for sure.
yeah, thank you.
Um, okay, so Brooklyn College, you're majoring in physical education. What exactly do you plan on doing with that major?
So I want to teach. I'm hoping to work with high school teenagers,
Okay.
and make a difference in the school system, because I feel like right now teenagers, like, they're going by either bad influences or making not the best healthy choices.
Yeah.
With everything going on, I feel like they've been more stressed than the normal,
Hmm.
and I want to be able to be a guide. I actually had that kind of experience in my life, so
Yeah.
that's what kind of made me decide like high school is what I want to do, you know?
Okay. Can you elaborate a little bit on that? Like who impacted you to take this career
So
path?
I used to have a lot of anxiety
Uh-huh.
growing up. And one of my guidance counselors was always like free to talk, and she would kind of guide me throughout those experiences by giving me opportunities to express myself and explore like meditation, yoga. So
Yeah.
she would give me all the resources in the community that I could just try things, and that gave me an outlet. So I think for me, it would have been easy for me to just follow, you know,
Hmm.
follow the people, follow whatever it was that could have been a bad thing, you know.
Yeah.
But I ended up getting into sports. I ended up learning how to write. I ended up learning how to draw. Like those things really impacted me. And I feel like it doesn't have to be a guidance counselor. It could just be a teacher, a
Yeah.
friend.
Yeah.
But
For sure.
I want to go to school to actually help to like so many kids, you know?
Okay.
So that's why.
Uh, are you doing anything now to kind of like tone those skills, or do you have anything planned in the future to kind of like set the stones to be an influencer, like how you're just talking about?
Yeah, so right now, I mean, I am doing a lot of painting.
Okay.
Um, and I think that's where I get to express more of my work. Um, but I'm looking to, aside from that, I'm looking to start like a YouTube channel for kids that have autism, because I play soccer and like it's
Yeah.
all about soccer in my life. But I'm looking to help kids with needs. You know, I'm
Yeah.
already working with two kids that have autism, and I'm incredibly thankful that they're in my life because I'm learning as an educator. I'm learning as a teacher. I'm just exploring so many different perspectives,
Yeah.
uh, and it's pretty cool. Like coaching
Okay.
has done that for me.
Yeah. Talk to me about any sort of challenge you have, because you and I spoke off camera, and you talked about being a first generation college student. So, what kind of challenges did you come across so far during your college career, and how important is it for you to, be a first generation graduate now?
So a couple of things I have to say,
Yeah.
like I guess financial instability
Uh-huh.
was one of them. Balancing work, school, and athletics, that was another big one, and kind of learning how to do everything on my own. Like those were the main challenges for me because I had to work and do everything as a first generation,
Yeah.
like everything, you know,
Yeah.
like I have two younger sisters that I can see the difference, you know, like for me, I had to go for extra homework help, you know, I had to go and print stuff out on my own. If I didn't understand something, I had to stay after hours, you know, and I see it with them where I can just be there and help them out. Like, hey, you don't understand something, I'm here, you know, whatever you need. Oh, college applications, like I'm here, you know. So that was that was the main those were the main challenges for me.
Hmm.
As of like your second part of the question, it's really important because coming from a Latino background, like my parents, you know, they live to see me graduate, they live to see
Yeah.
me succeed. So it means a lot to me too to see them happy.
Okay. That's great. And you're almost on that path, right? You're a
Yeah,
senior, first semester senior. So you're almost there. You're almost over the hump, and that's
almost
awesome. So
there.
congratulations to that when the time comes. And I definitely, well, I can't necessarily relate to the first half of the question. I'm the youngest of my siblings, so I did have, I'm kind of like in the position where your younger sisters are at, where I could kind of take advantage of that, of, I guess, the experience
Hmm.
of my older siblings, navigating through college. So it kind of made my pathway just a little bit easier. Obviously, I had my challenges, but um, for sure, and lucky for your sisters to be able to kind of just rely on you and kind of just set the path for them. So that's great. So you transferred from St. Francis.
Mm.
You spent 3 years at Brooklyn. What sort of takeaways do you have, and what do you think you're going to bring with you moving forward after your time at Brooklyn College is done?
So there's kind of like four things that stand out for me, and that I think all of them I'm gonna take with me. So talking to everybody is the first one. You know, like getting to know different perspectives and seeing different views and understanding that, you know, what you think is not what others think, and vice versa, right? I think Brooklyn College taught me that we are a community, and being able to talk to everyone is very helpful to one as a student, one as a worker, and one as like an athlete too, because without them you don't go far, right?
Yeah.
Also athletics is all about teamwork, so talking to everyone is my main thing. Like I'm always going to have that with me forever, because it Brooklyn College really taught me and helped me develop like my communication skills, being able to improve on just work, like being humble and helpful at the same time,
Yeah.
you know. The second one would be like, if you're not sure where to start, try everything, you know.
Okay.
Like there is a wide variety of classes, there's a wide variety of things to just experience, and I think the Learning Center also does a really good job
Mhm.
expanding on resources. So just try everything, you know,
Yeah.
like learn to get out of that comfort zone and get new skills, and try to learn from others. That's a big one for me. My third one would be like, friends are better teachers sometimes than your actual professors. So I remember having like all my classmates, they would always get together and help each other out in every
Yeah.
single class. Um, so I think that's something that I will always have with me, like all those memories, and just being able to understand is very important for me.
Okay.
So and last but not least, I would say you're in control of your learning.
Yeah.
So that's a very important one, because you get to choose what to feed your mind. You know, you get to choose what to feed your body too. So being able to read, being able to write, like
Yeah.
being able to intake so much knowledge, it'll help you forever. You know,
Okay.
knowledge is power. That's what they say.
Yeah, 100%. You're absolutely right. Knowledge is power. So, we'll transition a little bit into the athletics part. So, obviously, you spoke about soccer. You play soccer, you coach soccer. Any other sort of talents? I know you mentioned painting. Any other sort of talents that you have, or another sport that you might play?
Yeah, so I kind of love lacrosse, and I used to do
Really?
cheerleading and tennis when I went to high school. So that's pretty big. That's on the side though. You know, soccer is my main thing, like you
Yeah.
said. But secret talent, I'd say definitely the painting and the drawing, and maybe even cooking. So
Cooking. Oh, what do you cook?
wide range of things.
Wide
Like I
range.
like to
Okay.
go a little Asian food, Italian food. You know,
Really?
I'm learning too, so can't say I'm an expert.
And during your collegiate career as a Bulldog, you scored multiple goals in your 3 years. Is there any one that stands out to you, and if so, why?
So I I mean, this is not good because I don't remember what game this was,
Okay.
but I think it was the first goal of this past season
Hmm.
that, like I said, I don't remember exactly what happened before, but what
Yeah.
happened after was one of those things I will never forget. I ran and hugged the other captain. Her name is Rachel. She's like an amazing friend, and she's so special to me. Shout out to Rachel. But yeah, we ran to each other, we hugged each other, and then all our teammates came together and like hugged us. And then after that, I ran towards the crowd. I think they were just like crazy celebrating. And I ran towards the crowd and I was like, making like a heart shape with my hands to
Uh-huh.
my parents, to everybody that came out to support. And I think just that goal represented like the love in the air for me. I
Yeah.
don't think it was more about like how I scored or what the score was. I think for me that goal, like I was going through a lot, whatever, and that goal just made me feel so like supported, by
Hmm.
everyone around me. Yeah.
Well, we'll stick to the athletics part still. Last season, the Bulldogs made the CUNYAC playoffs for the first time since 2016.
Mhm.
It didn't end the way you guys hoped to, but it was steps to the right direction. What was that experience like playing in a playoff game in that kind of like atmosphere? And what do you think the Bulldogs need to do to kind of like take that next step?
Um, I think the focus part of it. I think if we had taken care of ourselves a little more in terms of of getting the good amount of sleep, getting the right nutrition, and all those things lead up to having a less risk of injury.
Hmm.
So a lot of us, like I mentioned, we had a couple injuries on the
Yeah.
team, and sometimes we barely had enough subs. So I think that entire experience was awesome because we all made it as a team together with
Hmm.
a new coach. But I think in order to have made it to the end, um, we should have been a little more consistent.
So Naomi, we're gonna transition, from a little more personal level. You spoke about the two, autistic children that you're coaching. So you run your own training program for soccer. How did that come about?
So I was already doing private training sessions on the side, like
Hmm.
on a regular. Um, Little by little, I started getting more people, and also with COVID, I realized that parents wanted their kids to stay fit, and I wanted to really expand and help and offer supplemental service.
Okay.
So I teamed up with like an amazing partner that helped me bring the idea of it. So we came up with the logo. We ended up just building a structured schedule, practice schedule. And then we started off by taking off with a camp.
Okay.
So a summer camp that we got the word out. We gave out shirts with the logo. We ended up providing, obviously with checking temperature and things like
Yeah.
that. We ended up giving water bottles, but they had a really good time. So word of mouth expanded that, and then now we have about like 50 clients at the moment.
Wow, that's
Um,
great.
so that's how that came
And
to
and,
be.
and where can we find this if there's parents out
Ace
there
Training.
watching? I'm
So
sorry?
if you go on Instagram,
Uh-huh.
it's AC8 Training on Instagram.
Sounds good. So please follow that Instagram account.
Follow.
So that's great. Naomi, again, thank you so much for being here. I do have one more question for you. I like to ask everyone this before I close out. Where do you see yourself 10 years from now?
Ooh, okay. So just because of the way that I am, I don't plan like the future.
Okay.
I am stuck on living on the present, especially after COVID. Like I'm stuck
Yeah.
on, you know, just live day by day and do the things that you want to do with passion and do them accordingly, and you'll end up where you have to go. So I don't really have a plan, like maybe coaching for a college team in the future or something like that, but I like to stick with maybe like not thinking that far ahead. Thank you.
Naomi, thank you so much for chatting with me today. I really do appreciate it. Do you have any closing remarks to end our chat with?
No, except like have everybody, I hope everybody stays healthy and safe and they're doing the right things. Um, and yeah, I mean, go Brooklyn College.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. Good luck, Naomi. Again, good luck with all your future endeavors. I'm sure when the time comes, you'll be exactly where you want to be. So again, thank you for joining me today. Thank you all for watching these fall features. I've been having such a great time getting to know these very talented student athletes from our conference on a more personal level. Just a reminder, fall feature goes up every Friday on our website, cunyathletics.com, as well on all of our social medias by searching CUNY Athletics. For Noemi Vazquez, I'm Eldris Chavez. Until next time, cheers.
Bye, guys.